All right, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. So sorry I haven't posted in a while, but quite frankly, man, I'm a little ticked off at the truck. I don't really know what happened, but I'll try to explain the best I can. So I did get it all back together, after the AJE, front end swap and all that, and got it driving, put a couple hundred miles on it, it was getting it dialed in. It takes a little bit of time, and it was coming along. Everything was going good, so to continue that, I was backed into my driveway, or backed into my garage rather, with the hood up. It was sitting there idling, and it's got a Phytech on it, which you can adjust a lot of the parameters with the little handheld that comes with that fuel injection system, and that's what I was doing. I was backed in there, just going over. Actually, I was just looking at parameters. I wasn't really adjusting anything, but I was just looking to see where everything was at, because it was running pretty good, and there's a little gap under the hood because the hood was up. There's a little gap under the hood, and it just starts steaming out of the valve covers, And I'm like, what in the world, is this thing hot? And I look at the handheld, and it's about the size of a cell phone. The little controller is, and the temperature's right there. It's 194 degrees, so it's not hot. So I'm like, well, what in the heck is going on here, man? So obviously, I run out there to see what the deal is. It's still running, and running good, by the way. And I pull one of the breathers, and it's chocolate milk in there, man. It's plumb full of coolant. The motor's full of coolant, and I'm like, oh man, it blew a head gasket. And I'm thinking to myself, I haven't really been tapping into it, and it didn't overheat. How did it blow a head gasket? So long story short, I shut it down, let it cool off, and instantly started tearing it down. Pulled the car, pulled the Phytech, pulled the intake, pulled everything off of it, and half of the coolant is in the motor. I mean, so it's a significant leak. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna find it as I'm tearing this down, So I pulled the intake, don't see anything there. Pulled the heads, and I'm like, it's got to have a head gasket. It's got to have a nicked head gasket, or it's got, Nah, man, I didn't see nothing going on with the head gaskets. The heads look fine. The head gaskets look fine. So, it's still sitting in there, with the heads pulled off of it. The motor's still sitting in, down in the hole with the heads pulled off of it. And I kind of haven't touched it in about a month, man. I'm a little confused to what's going on. I don't know how. I suppose it could have been leaking. The intake could have been leaking, and it was draining the water directly into the lifter valley. Because if it had been leaking into a cylinder, water into a cylinder, it would have been misfiring, and it wasn't. It was purring like a kitten, man. It was it was running perfect, and so there's no smoking gun, man, to how that water's getting in that block. It didn't get hot, so I don't know how it would have cracked or what happened. So long story short, I am having another motor built for it. It's actually in the machine shop right now, getting put together. I'm putting a 347 in it. But that's the story, man. That's why I haven't been upgrading anything. But I'm gonna go ahead today and get the motor, the one that's in it, pulled the rest of the way out, and get prepped for the new one. And after I get the new one in there, I'll look into this one further. I'll send it to the shop and see if it got a hole in the block somewhere, or I don't know what happened, but here's a picture of where I'm at now. So, like I said, I'm gonna pull that out of there today and get it prepped for the new motor. Which, I talked to the machine guy yesterday. He said he should, maybe by the end of next week, he should have it done. He's just doing the short block. I did order a new set of heads for it. I got a set of AFR 185 Renegades, and I'm putting an air gap intake on it, and it should be a nice little piece when I get it back, and get the new motor in it. And I will upgrade you guys on that, or update you guys on that. I know not a lot of people are watching, but some are, and I'm sure you're interested, and I'm going to keep things updated the best I can. You know, this is not something I'm looking to pursue as far as these videos or whatever, but if it can help somebody, I'm all about that. So you know, if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, make sure you leave them down below. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll keep you updated, man. Thanks for watching.